560 KSFO.
So we're talking about women's issues tonight that impact society at large. Yesterday, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the radical left-wing fanatic who has been for too long on the Supreme Court. She was the former chief counsel for the ACLU, yet she was ushered onto the highest court in the land and has done grave harm ever since. Yesterday, that fanatic crackpot had the nerve to say that the entire Supreme Court should be composed of women. Today we wake up and we see that there's a push by the fanatics using the ACLU and the legal system. Again, if you want to call it a legal system, it's not a system. It's not a legal system at all. To push for women to have the right to serve on the front lines in combat units. Now you'd say, well, why should we not permit that? If women want to die for their country, why not let them do it? Well, I think that's the question that we're asking. The ACLU, of course, is in cahoots with the worst defense secretary from the point of view of national security, perhaps in modern American history, Leon Panetta, with no qualifications whatsoever, other than having been a lifetime left-wing fanatic. He was first the head of the CIA, then he went to the Defense Department. Then they got rid of the real head of the CIA on a trumped-up charge of a love affair with one of his friends there, which is strange, since Bill Clinton was the commander-in-chief, he left so much biohazard material in the White House as commander-in-chief. You would have thought he would have been fired or been forced to resign, but no. See, the rules are different for it was all a purge. It was a purge of Petraeus and a purge of three other generals by Panetta, by the president, in order to get the country ready for softening up. Now we wake up after these men are gone to this attack where they want to put women on the front lines. You say, well, isn't that good? I don't know. Is that very good? Why would women want to serve on the front lines? Now, why would the ACLU want to push women into frontline units? There's only one reason. And the reason is that you cannot advance in the military unless you have combat, unless you serve in combat, which makes good sense. Otherwise, you wind up with men like Leon Panetta as defense secretary. We can see where that leads, how that works out. So the military has rules. Unless you serve in front lines and you're willing to get the red badge of courage, you shouldn't be able to advance to higher positions. So the women are saying, okay, good. Well, we want to serve in frontline positions, but you know what's going to happen. The minute Panetta and the fanatics on the left permit women to serve in combat, they're going to start to say that the men in the combat units are discriminating against them, and for some reason, more women are getting killed in combat than men, not because they're less able to defend themselves or not because they're less committed to the cohesion of the unit, but because the men are pushing them in front of the fire. Then there'll be lawsuits against the other men in combat. That's number one.